This is Nick Nilsson, Mad Scientist of Muscle, and what I've got for you today here is a chest workout that you're going to absolutely hate / love. I just finished doing this. It took me 42 minutes to get through bench pressing the entire time. So if you like bench pressing, you're going to like this workout. Now, what we're going to do here is similar to an up and down the rack concept. Slight differences. You're going to keep the rack rails exactly where they are. Now, in terms of setting the height, you actually want to determine this based on your flat bench height. You want to set the rails so that you're actually getting the top inch or two of the range of motion when you're lying flat on the bench. Then, what you're going to do, set the incline bench to a high incline. So I've got this 6 notches up. This is probably about a 60-degree incline. This is your start position. You're going to maintain, like I said, you're going to maintain this height on the bar the entire time. You're going to change the weight and you're going to change the incline. Now, quick side note, these grips on here are called Optimo grips. They're basically designed to open up your hands so you're actually pushing more with your chest. I just finished a set of these. Fantastic piece of equipment. Makes it a lot harder actually. So keep that in mind when you're choosing weight for this. All right, back to it. So I've got 65 pounds on the bar. This was my starting weight. Like I said, I've already done this workout, so I can tell you from experience, this one is awesome. You can start higher, you can start lower depending on how strong you are. My max bench is probably around 250, 260 right now. So starting at 65, this is a weight that I can get a fair number of reps with. So start on this high incline, pressing up, lowering the weight back to the rails, resetting on every single rep, making sure that you're focusing on muscle activation in the upper chest. Get your shoulder blades tucked, push, and then squeeze it off the rails. Don't pop it off the rails, squeeze, get the activation, get the contraction, and then press. Put it back on the rails in each rep. Now, get as many reps as you can, staying short of failure. Next step, as soon as you're done that set, go put 5 more pounds on the bar on either side, so 10 more pounds total. So going from 75 up to 85. Then you're going to do the same thing on the same height. As many reps as you can get. Then you're going to go up again in weight to 95, another 5 on each side. Again, do as many reps as you can with this, staying short of failure. Now here comes the trick. Once you get to the point where on weight, where you can only get 5 reps or less, that's when you're going to, again, keep the rails the same, you're going to keep the weight the same, and you're going to lower the incline of the bench 1 notch. So you're decreasing the range of motion slightly and you're improving the leverage. Repeat. So keep going in this pattern, basically where you're doing reps as many as you can, setting the bar on the rails, adding weight. Now, again, when you can no longer get to the 5 reps, that's when you decrease the range of motion, increase the weight. So as I was going through this set, I got to the point where I was going up by 10 pounds, which is 5 pounds on either side, until I got to 135 on the bar. At this point, I was at a fairly low angle where I started adding 10 pounds to each side, so going up by 20. So for the first however many increases that is, I was going up by 5 pounds on each side. Once the leverage justified it, then I was going up by 10 pounds on either side. Because once you get to that point, then your range of motion is short, your leverage is good, you're going to be able to start going up in weight faster. So as you're going to flattening out the weight, shortening the range of motion, keep going in this pattern, increasing the weight until you get to the point where you're on a flat bench. Now, when you're on flat, your leverage is going to be at its strongest and your range of motion is going to be at its shortest. So this is when you can start really rapidly increasing the weight. And I worked my way up to, I believe it was 355 pounds on this, which was 3 plates and then 2 10s on either side. I got to the point where did 1 rep, okay, I realized that's as far up as I want to go. I mean, we'd really be pushing it and probably compromise my activation of the chest in order to keep going. So now comes the fun part. You're coming back down in weight while increasing the incline. So you're increasing the range of motion at the same time. This is the up and down kind of basically pattern that I was talking about. So again, you're starting flat. Keep decreasing the weight until you can get to the point where you're getting more than 5 reps on a set. When you get that, increase the incline by 1 notch. Decrease the weight. So, for example, if you're doing 295 on the bar and you got 6 reps, which happened to me, increase the range, increase the incline 1 notch, go down to 275. So you're increasing and you're decreasing the weight at the same time. You will need this when you're doing this portion of the bench. Keep going with this weight until, again, you can get more than 5 reps. So you're getting 6 reps, 7 reps, what have you. Increase the incline again, which increases the range of motion, which changes the angle, makes the leverage harder. Now, keep going again in this fashion, dropping 20 pounds off, increasing the leverage when you can, when you get more than 5 reps. You will get to the point as you get back to, say, 135 again, where instead of dropping 10 pounds on each side, you're going to go back to dropping 5 pounds on each side. So the same point in the workout as when you were going up, that you went up to 10 pounds on each side, that's when you're going to do the same thing coming down. So you're basically going big drop, big drop, big drop, little drop, little drop, little drop, little drop. And then on the way back up, big drop, big drop, big drop, little drop, little drop, little drop. So as the exercise is getting harder, you're taking smaller drops. And this will allow you to basically really work with a lot of volume, these upper chest fibers, which are very hard to get at. And this is a very effective way to do so. So as you're coming up to the top, that's when you're really, really struggling. And that's when you want to make sure that you're doing the short ranges, the short drops. When you get to your final weight, the weight you started with, you should be basically at the same position in the incline. Get as many reps as you can, hold that final rep, and really fight that negative all the way down. So you're really squeezing it and really activating that chest. Come back down on the rails, set the weight down, and you're done. And you will be very dry by the end of this, as you can hear in my voice. So that's the workout described. Here it is, the workout visually. so that is up and down the bench press. This workout is phenomenal. I can literally feel everything in my chest from all the way to the extreme upper fibers, all the way down into the sternal fibers, which is down into the lower chest. This is a phenomenal workout. You will need a rack for this one. Very much you will need a rack for this one. Keep the rail height the same, increase the weight, decrease the angle, and then reverse it on the way back up. So give this one a try. If you have any questions, let me know. If you give this one a try, let me know how you like it too.